I lost my dad when I was 2, and I don't even remember him. But 14 years later, I then lost my mom. But thankfully to God, He gave me another chance. He gave me a new set of parents.
Hello family, welcome to Let's Talk. Today we have yet another session of Second Chance and I am so excited. A month ago I launched this talk show and you guys were so supportive. Thank you so much. You guys shared, you guys viewed, you guys liked, commented. It really means a lot, guys, because there is no Second Chance show, there is no Let's Talk without you guys. So thank you so much. All my guests are very important in their own way, and they're very special in their own way. I also want to say thank you to the new subscribers. Welcome to the family. It's a happy family, good vibes only, and it's going to be a long ride full of testimonies. So when I was going through the list of guests that I have lined up for this show, I was deciding who to put third. Then I thought, I have to have the guest that I have today because his story is different, his story is unique, and it will also show us Second Chance from a different point of view. So I know you guys will enjoy it. So welcome, Mr. Peace, welcome to this show. I am so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
How do you feel about being on this show?
It's mixed feelings. I'm happy, I'm scared, I'm nervous, but overall, I'm happy to be here. It's nice to be here.
Thank you so much. I know he was very hesitant about being here. So just to have him here today is a dream come true. So I just want to start by just diving into your story. Can you tell us where you grew up, where you were born, and just your life story? Okay,
thank you so much. My life story is quite long, but I'll try to summarize the most important points. Well, my story goes back to the time I was born. I was born in 1998 here in Bulawayo, born and bred here in Bulawayo.
Okay.
Life wasn't really fair on my side.
Okay.
As you might expect it to be. What I mean by that, when you are born and you hope that you grow up in a family, in your family, with all, your mom, your dad, your siblings all around you, and yourself as well. But in my case, it was kind of different.
Okay.
Because I lost my dad when I was 2, and I don't even remember him. But 14 years later, I then lost my mom. So now automatically, seeing other orphans around, their state, that people will be struggling to raise school fees, they're struggling to just bring lunch at school. Automatically, I saw myself as one of them. But thankfully to God, He gave me another chance. He gave me a new set of parents. He gave me a new set of siblings.
Okay.
So, in short, that's how I see Second Chance.
Okay, so going back to, you said you didn't know your dad, so you didn't have a relationship, obviously, with your dad because he died when you were really young. How about your mom? How was your relationship with your mom?
My relationship with my mom, it was quite great. It was great. I miss her. We have a lot of memories. You know, when I was with my mom, I was her last born. So I was telling someone recently that each time she would buy the 300 mils Coke, she would drink half. Then I knew the other half is mine. So you know the relationship between the mom and the last born, it's always great. It's always great.
That's wonderful to hear. So I am remembering something that you said when we were talking earlier on. You said that it was really hard for you in school Because other kids would say, my dad bought me this, my dad bought me that. But then for you, it's because you didn't choose it, it just happened. Yes. How did you cope with that, not having a father figure growing up?
To be honest, it was quite tough. It was quite tough, like you've said, because you've got your friends there who are showing you, my dad has done this. You've got your friends who are being dropped off by their fathers at school. Yes, my mom was there. This is, I'm talking about from the time I was grade 1 to Form 1.
Okay.
Yes, my mom was there.
Yeah.
And she was doing all that she could.
Yes.
But the fact that I've got a friend who is saying, my dad did this, I always envied that. I always envied that. So at the end of the day, because I was young, yes, my mom could have been doing her best, but I always felt like
something missing.
Something missing. I always felt like, but why me? I always had that question, why me?
So did your friends know that you didn't have your dad? Or it's something that you always just kept to yourself and you didn't share?
I started sharing it, I think, in grade 7, grade 6, grade 7, and up to Form 1. Yes, that's when I started sharing it. Though, when you hear my story, it kind of brought some confusion. Like when I was in Form 2, Form 3, I was beginning to say, my dad this, my dad that. So to those who remembered, now it was like, are you lying? What's going on? So it always brought more confusion, me having to explain, you know.
So going back to the point that you talked earlier on about that you'd see maybe people that are orphans and they don't have this, they don't have that. So when your mom fell sick, what was going on in your mind at that point?
Okay, so what happened is my mom didn't fall sick all of a sudden. It was gradual. Okay. It was gradual because she passed away in 2012. So sometime in 2011, 2011 August, September, if my memory serves me right, that's when I started seeing her deteriorating. Then at one point she could walk, then the next thing she can't walk on her own, she's now using a crutch. And I was trying to ignore it by then. Then from 2012, January, that's when I started, seeing that this situation is bad. Yeah. To a point where she was then transferred to another hospital. Then I was really feeling like, you know what, things are not all right. So from there...
Did you ever at any point picture yourself in the shoes of those orphans that you would, like, was it something that you were scared of?
Yes, definitely it was something that I was scared of, especially seeing my family history. Okay, I did mention that I was born in a family of 6. Okay. And of those 6, only 2 are remaining right now. It's me and my sister. So now, with that history now, I was really scared. Is she going? Is she not going? What's going on? You don't see improving. So it was really like, anytime I could be like them. Yeah. So that was really hard. A nightmare for me.
I'm sorry about that. So when what you feared finally happened, then what?
Yeah, that's where the second chance came in now. It was at that point where personally I had lost hope. I had lost hope. I didn't know what's next. Because I remember when the news was broken that your mom has passed away. We were actually on our way home to our new home where I'm staying. And the news was broken. And it was like, So then what? Yeah. At that moment, I didn't know. Yeah. But I'm thankful to God that God had another plan for me. Before I even knew that God had a plan, God had already set another plan for me. Wow. So, like the scripture says, I'll give you new fathers and new mothers. Yeah. I got new father and a new mother. And whatever I wanted to do to my mom, and every son always wants to make his mom proud. Yes. So I got that chance again to have a mom who I can say I want to make her proud.
Yeah.
So God sent my way a new father and a new mother.
Wow, that's beautiful. So how was the transition into the new home? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so let me just give you a background of who the new father and the new mother are. They are my, how can I put it? They are my relatives, right? Pachivanu, tinoti ndimkhoma na maiguru. Mwana bamkuru. So he's like a brother to me. He's the one who took me into his home and they said, you're not going to be my young brother, but you're going to be my son. And the transition was quite tough. You know, you're used to being the last born there. And when you're coming there, you've got children who are already grown up. But them being grown up, I'm the second oldest of the children. And I cannot be a last born now. And you know, when you're used to certain principles or certain
ways of doing things
in life, the transition is not always easy. Sometimes you feel like they're being too strict. Sometimes you feel you're not being loved. You know, it's a bag full of, you know.
So you went from being last born to being second.
Yes.
Meaning that you had people that are now looking up to you.
Not only that, the eldest was a girl.
Yeah.
Then came me. So I was the oldest among the boys.
Yes.
And when the eldest is a girl and the second is the boy, sometimes you as the boy, there are some responsibilities where you're just forced to be the eldest. So now, I went from being the last to potentially the first.
It's a huge step.
So it's a huge step from being, you know, in Shona, mama nopfunza ati mwana adya.
Yeah.
Now it's me was being asked to put vana adya. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when the girl is not around, the children are left in my custody. Please sarane vana. Make sure the kids have done this. Make sure the kids have done their homework. Now it was now me. So at first you wouldn't be understanding what's going on.
I'm still a child. Yeah. Please.
But you know.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a journey.
Any advice that you have for someone who is in that situation? Yakuti, they've lost parents or family, and now they've been taken in and maybe are finding life hard. What advice do you have, or even maybe life is still easy, but what advice do you have for someone who's like that?
Yeah, the greatest and the first advice I can say is gratitude. Gratitude is the way to go. You know, whatever is happening to you, find the positive side and be thankful for whatever is happening. Find the positive. Sometimes you may not even see the positive side of doing things, of whatever is going on. But just a simple sign of positivity, it will take you a long way.
Yeah.
And it is on that note that I know they'll probably watch the video. I know, in Shona, or we usually call them Babana Menchingit. I know they'll watch this video. I just want to say to them, if you're watching this video, thank you so much for the impact you've had on my life. To date, it's now been, I think, 11 years now, if I'm not mistaken. It's been 11 years, and of those 11 years, it's been ups and downs, ups and downs. There are times where we really fight, there are times where we don't agree.
Yeah.
But overall, I just want them to know that I appreciate whatever they've done on my life, the impact they've had. I am what I am today because of them. If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here.
That's very beautiful. One thing that I wanted to ask is, when did you finally accept Kuti? This is, because obviously you would have influences from outsiders.
Yeah.
So when did you finally decide that this is my reality? I am accepting this family. I'm staying with this family, and this is what I want.
I cannot really date back to say when. But now, sometimes in life, there's a saying which says, time will tell.
Okay.
And time will always tell who is there for you. So there are some times where people always want to give you advice. But the actual fact of life is they're not there for you. They're just there to give you advice. And it was only after some time, like more than 5 years in the custody of Babana Mamchengej, that I then realized that people will always be there to give advice. And some people always give advice which is against the custodians. But it was after I realized that who has been there for me all the time. Who has been there through thick and thin, who has been making sure that my school fees has been paid, who has been making sure that I've eaten supper, lunch, you know. So it was after I realized that. But before that, sometimes someone gives you advice, you follow them, then it takes you nowhere. Then the next time someone comes, no, let's not do this. So it was after I then realized and taken inventory of my life.
Wow, thank you so much for your story. It is a powerful story. I think it has given us a really different point of view, talking about second chance. And guys, you heard that gratitude goes a long way. For anyone who is going through loss or has been taken in, just remember, just try to be grateful, appreciate the small things, and you will see that positive things will start happening and you will attract positivity in your life. The Bible says that He will give us mothers, sisters, brothers, and here's a story of Brother Peace, who was taken in and he's happy, he's independent, and life is going on so well just because he became grateful. So that is today's story. I hope to see you guys in the next story. Don't miss it. Bye.